Hello, and welcome to another Looking at Stuff. And here's some stuff. This is a Pro Art acid-free sans acide or sin aceto sketchbook. Definitely acid-free. 20% more paper, and it was $9.99 in Gaspé, Quebec, 20 years ago. I have coworkers who are younger than this sketchbook. Okay, but I'm not here to talk to you about sketchbooks. This is going to be a little different. I want to talk about first a channel update. So some people have been leaving comments saying, this is good, but it's not. Unintentional. And because they know my intentions, right? These people, no, I'm not going to pick on them. So, and rather than argue about it, having some focusing trouble here. So rather than argue about it, I think I am just going to cave in and change the word that I use to organic. I have a blurb on every video that explains why I use the term unintentional, because I don't do any of that, and I don't do things like say organic, because I think that's weird and it doesn't really work for me. So it's really just a matter of taste. It's nothing against the people who choose to do that. Also, other sides of ASMR, like I'm not going to be eating things on camera ever. I don't do role plays. So to me, when you're doing role plays or tapping or triggers, that is intentional. The purpose of your content is to trigger. And my videos are more into a different subset of relaxing rather than ASMR, I think. And if you get tingles from it, that is not necessarily the intention. It's a byproduct of chemicals that we put into the video. I'm just kidding. It is kind of a byproduct. And in my case, the purpose of my videos is, they're chill. We're going to relax and look at things. But, alright, sorry, we're going to look at stuff. Let's be clear here. Not things. Stuff. Okay. But I really do want to show you stuff. It's not to get too personal, but there's me, and see, sometimes dudes have children that they can share their stuff with, and these guys don't exist. So that's a problem. I can't share stuff with them. But it's pretty good for you because I get to share this stuff with you. And I understand that it's relaxing, of course. We're hanging out, we're chilling, we're just looking at stuff. But it is not necessarily about the sensation of ASMR. However, I am aware that that is a very real possibility in watching these videos. And I am aware of that. So this, but anyway, to terminate this line of thought, that is why I think I'm just going to go with a new term, organic, because I don't want to feel like I'm misleading people. And I think when most people think of unintentional, they think of people who aren't even aware that their videos could be relaxing. They're just doing what they're doing, and suddenly people enjoy listening to it. A very good example of that is this guy named, or calls himself, I should say, Stephen Christ. He really believes he's the return of Christ, the second coming of Christ, and he makes videos about how he thinks the world is, the entire universe is actually encompassed within the earth, and he has a very soft, relaxing voice, and he does a lot of pen stuff, and he was, probably is now, but originally he had no idea that people would watch his videos for this purpose. He really just wanted to expound his views. Or does that old religious guy, if you know unintentional ASMR, you have come across him, I think his name is John. Last name, I don't know, he's British. So I don't think that I am that unintentional. If that is the requirement of being unintentional, I do not meet it. But I also am not intentional either. So I'm not really trying to create those feelings. So I will just use this term. Now, the seg into the next topic, which is really just so for me, what I'm going to do now is compose an acrostic poem. So A for me means just kidding. So of course, like most people of my age, this it's extremely surprising to me that this has become a thing. Like so many of you, probably felt it since you were in childhood, but there was no name for it then. So you had to try to tell people. Tingly, and they would be like, what? And no real communication was happening there, because they thought, oh, you're having a stroke, and no. So the first time I am aware of having experienced it was I was at my family's camp at the beach, and actually it was my Aunt Bernice had, her husband had a brother, and his wife had a camp at the beach, and somehow my Aunt Vernice's family all ended up taking over her beachside property, and we put our own camping trailer on her property, and we would go there and have parties and bonfires and such. But one day, while we were at that camp, I was sitting on the bed inside. It was probably raining out, with my much younger cousin Christopher, and he was playing with his toy cars. And while he was playing with the cars, I was just sitting there watching him, and I started to feel these tingles throughout my body, and this very pleasurable sensation. I felt a certain benevolence and warmth toward him, and also felt kind of sleepy, almost paralyzed. And that was probably the first time I was aware of having experienced it, and it would come at different times, in my life, the usual situations, circumstances. And then, like, many years later, with the advent of YouTube, I started finding certain videos of people showing their collections of stuff, like DVD collections, would sometimes trigger this. So I started watching these videos that were definitely unintentional for the purposes of ASMR sometimes. And I would feel creepy about it because that's not what they made the video for. And the fact that I was watching it for other reasons felt almost pervy. But then apparently a lot of other people were doing that. And so some people started actually making videos purposely to trigger this feeling. And there were some that I think were doing it who were not. Of course, there was no term for it yet. So they were making these videos without using any of the language. They were just, I think what I'm getting at is I think there were intentional ASMR artists out there before there was ever a term for it. And for that reason, there's really no way to prove that they were doing it intentionally unless they came out and said it. The first one that I ever encountered was I was looking up, I think, what usually did it for me was collections. And while doing that, I suddenly started getting references or referrals from YouTube to watch. I think her name is Gentle Whispers or whatever. And she was probably the earliest one I ever encountered. That was 12, 13 years ago. And I think there was another one named Dr. Dimitri. These were the first I found who were actually doing it on purpose. And that blew my mind. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. I could do this. But I thought, too late. Somebody already cornered that market. Boy, was I wrong. But so I do very much experience it. I don't think that I want to do what a lot of the other people who do relaxation or ASMR videos do. I'm not especially interested in role plays. Ain't nobody want to see my face. Man, I barely want to see my face. But I really do love showing stuff that I have and sharing it. So I'm going to keep doing that, and hopefully people keep enjoying looking at stuff with me. I think that's all I had to cover. This is really a short video. Oh yeah, and I don't have any Patreons or anything like that either. So, if you have been enjoying my videos, please do. I actually took the time to look at the icon now, so a little bit better idea of what it looks like. And like, share, I guess. Do people share videos still? And who would you share it with? And of course, subscribe for more stuff to look at. And comment with any questions or concerns. Thanks for watching, and keep on looking at stuff.